I am Corporal Lilly, and I am from Colorado. I'm an 0811 Howitzer Section Chief. So I actually did not choose to go into artillery. Artillery chose me. I'm sure a lot of people in our MOS feel the same, but I was originally supposed to be in tanks. I signed an open contract, and then I got into artillery, and here I am now. I don't currently have my own gun right now. I'm working under a corpsman who is an amazing section chief and teaching me a lot. I'm hoping to get my guns hopefully soon. Obviously in the Marine Corps, people rotate out in EAS, so when that happens, I'll be hopeful to pick up my own section. So my first round in the fleet, I was nervous, just like probably anybody, but it was like the coolest thing I have ever done. I watched the round go off and felt the adrenaline rush, and I was just really excited to be there and that was my job in the Marine Corps. So at first I was hesitant to go to Section Chief's course because I'm pretty hard on myself and I always want to be perfect at everything before I take on any sort of leadership role. So I was hesitant, but I'm really glad I did. I think that it pushed me and challenged me in a lot of ways, and when I was the first one to graduate as being a female, I think that opened a path for more females to do this job and to make it more normal for females to be in a combat MOS. So my first day of the course, I was overwhelmed. I spent a good amount of time studying. I spent probably 3 months total studying, waking up at 5 in the morning, going to chow on my own and studying in the morning. But then we went on a deployment, and I studied a lot on deployment, but not as consistently as I was. So I was nervous, but made it through the first gunner's portion of the test, and then it was pretty smooth sailing from there. I just had to make sure I studied and I was good. I'm kind of back and forth with being the first female. I do take a lot of pride in that, and especially because I want this job to be more normalized for females to be in. So that's why I make sure to push myself even when I'm not totally confident, to make sure I show that we can do this. But at the same time, there's so many male Marines and just Marines in general that have done this role in the past. So to me, like, I don't want me being a female section chief to take away from all the hard work that all my counterparts have done. We're just all here doing this job, and it's hard work, and they've done a great job. So I was excited to be a female section chief, but also I never wanted it to take away from what all my counterparts have done too. I would say for me the most challenging part was the prac application at the very end, just because that is make or break. Like if you don't pass that, then you're not going to be a section chief. And to put in all that hard work to come to a final test and not pass, that would be pretty horrifying, I feel like. So I had a lot of nerves built up, but I ended up doing pretty well on my prac app, and I felt confident about it, and I was excited to graduate. I would say the most enjoyable part of the course was working with Corporal Aguirre and Corporal George. We all three studied a lot together, and I got to watch them grow, and they got to watch me grow. We got to help each other. And then when we all graduated together from the same battery, it was nice seeing two people that I've grown up with in the battery, all three of us pass that course together. So my first round as chief, that was really exciting for me. It was a 5-round mission, and I over-verified a few things because I was really nervous, but it's better to over-verify than not. And I learned a lot, and I'm excited to keep improving. I would say I was pretty nervous, honestly, yeah. But I mean, you have to find a way to challenge that nervousness into motivation, and like use that adrenaline rush to, keep the steady flow and not to get caught up. I would say as far as gaining respect from my male counterparts, especially when I first hit the fleet, that was difficult. Over time, I've worked with these guys for so long that, they've seen me grow, I've seen them grow, we've been there for each other. So I would say I don't really struggle with getting respect from them now. Some male Marines that I don't work with as often, yes, I do struggle with feeling like they respect me because they don't see like if I am good at the job or not. They just have whatever they have in their head about female Marines in general. So, but overall, the people that I work with, I feel like we have a mutual respect for each other. I have had only one issue with feeling like disrespected as a female Marine section chief, but I personally, you can take motivation from people saying that they don't believe in you, or you can take motivation from people believing in you. I take motivation from both. So when I heard that people didn't believe that I could do it, I took that as even more motivation to do it. And I passed the course. I got good scores, and I'm here now doing it. I'm not perfect, but I'm doing the best I can, just like anybody else. So this has been a great experience for me, and I'm not going to be re-enlisting. I have a pretty good opportunity with some stuff I'm doing outside of the Marine Corps, and I'm going to follow my dreams with that, but I'm very glad that I had this experience. So when I get out of the Marine Corps, I currently have already started a nonprofit called the Happy Bean Project. So what we do is me and a team of volunteers, we make coffee for the homeless and people suffering with mental health issues. So when I get out, I plan on growing and developing that project and making it a large-scale nonprofit organization. Challenges I want to achieve. I would say as far as with being a section chief, I want to be able to know how to problem solve, and that's going to obviously take running into issues to learn how to troubleshoot those issues. So I'm excited just for more time to go on of me chiefing, so I can kind of learn what to do when things go wrong versus chiefing when things go right. So I wish that I wanted to be the first female battery gunnery sergeant. Unfortunately, because I have those other things going on in my personal life, I am going to be getting out of the Marine Corps. So hopefully I do see a female battery gunnery sergeant within our future, and I'll be rooting for her all the way. If you are a female and you're looking to join a combat MOS, make sure that you come to work and really pave the way for the future females. Work hard, be respectful towards your counterparts, and make a good name for us, and make it more normal for us to be here so that we can all have equality within this MOS.